So, hello everyone, time to record When They Cry, episode 8, and man, did they cry last week when maybe Shion murdered everyone, or Myrmonden, or so on, of the sisters who did it, who pulled the trigger. That's an interesting ending, right? Talking about, of course, at length last week, I'm doing a short recap here. But I like the idea that the uncle did it right. Because she mentioned that the uncle lived there, and of course they have the family, and like the family owns this, you know, they're doing this torture thing, take people and so on. So I think that the uncle might be more of a traditional. He believes in the bloodline, the family demon, so he must be more of that. And of course, if the uncle kills his, I suppose his brother, maybe, could be sister, right? But I assume his brother, whatever. If he kills his sibling, the spouse, and his nieces, then of course he has the power, right? So I think it makes sense that he would just kill them just to get the power. Like it's like a power play, right? And then of course maybe the cops or whatever are working with the uncle because he has a kind of, you know, connection and control over city, right? So I think that for me was the most reasonable thing. Is the fact she would do it because we saw. But the weird thing is that these constructive worker people that we saw earlier in the episode and talked to, you know, Rick and so on, they did appear, right? They did appear at the camps, and things that first I was like, maybe she's insane, right? She's delusional. There's no one at the camera. There's no one there. Maybe she's just crazy and she went to murder her family, perhaps. But then we do see Keisha. He enters. He sees you know the camera and he sees people there. So I think he shouldn't have the same, you know, disillusion. So there had to be actual people there, right, from the script people, which she then went and fought, right? So there is something. The cops clearly liked him at the end, or maybe he didn't know the truth, but what he heard cannot be the truth. This cannot be the truth. I mean, it cannot be what they actually saw. So there was, I think, it was a very interesting ending in that episode because the first ending, right? I mean, I'm guessing it's I'm guessing it's a new time loop now, right? This episode here, a new arc, right? Probably with Ojou-Sama, maybe but probably Ojou-Sama. But anyways, I think the first loop. It ended with like, did she go crazy? Was there no weapon there? Why did she grab? Because why did she get the kitchen knife for? She had like 50 weapons with her, of course in the first arc, and she grabbed the kitchen knife. So that thing was kind of strange. Maybe Kate is insane around. But in this second loop, it felt much more like neither of them were insane. There actually were people after them at the cameras. They both saw it, and then the cop is like, there was no one there, so he's clearly lying, right? So I think the second arc here was more, you know, intriguing on it's the village against them and so on. It's a mystery. But anyway, let's start watching it. So again, then I'm guessing it's gonna be a new arc now, right? Very likely. Maybe a little more of the sisters, but probably not. But I could see him trying to solve it this episode. Maybe. Let's start watching it. 3, 2, 1, and go. I could see him trying to solve this murder mystery then this episode. Perhaps the loop isn't over, right? Because maybe it doesn't make any sense. But I'm guessing it's gonna be a new loop. Let's see. Expansion. Okay. This is probably a new loop, right? So I'm gonna guess this is gonna be Ojou-Sama to mention then. You know, that that kind of character. Probably. Yeah, some pocket together. Well, this is probably her father. No, but it's not her. Yeah, but there is some kind of evil old man in the ending, right? Yeah, there's some kind of like creepy old man. Yeah, exactly, with the Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, there's a creepy old man in the ending, right? So it's probably him in the ending. Because it's definitely this creepy, you know, vibe in the ending, right? That's probably him then. And he grabs her, you know, teddy bear, yeah. I think it has to be him. Even the shirt. It's actually Ara, here we go, she's here. I think it's time for Ojou-Sama, as I expected. I think so this. It's kinda going every girl per arc, right? She's alive again! Girlfriend, oh. It's a sad rom-com episode last week. Yeah, I mean, it was the most lovable rom-com so far in this anime. This season of the animes. All of the animes. Even Tonikaki can compare to the love we had in this episode. Tonikaki is really cute though. Tonikaki is really, really cute. Weird with the mystery now with the moon though, but I'm pretty good. they're showing bentos now. But she has the good she has the good laughter though. And, you know, I love Ojou-Samas. I remember when my friend sent me this. This is a YouTube channel that it's called like Ojou-Sama, and they only have different they only have different clips of all different Ojou-Samas. It's like every video is like an Ojou-Sama clip from different anime. It's my favorite. That's my secret favorite YouTube channel. You see Ojou-Samas. And yeah, good friends like, I know you would love this channel. It's the best channel ever. I was like, yes, Ojou-Sama channel. Look at the Ojou-Sama. Okay, she's bad at veggies. Green definitely, but oh man, he's breaking your tears. You're back, yeah, you mean Kechi, Sean. He's gonna get killed for this thing. This is why he get murdered this episode. Nice. Nice. It's like, are you better than that? Oh yeah. He's toast now. Interesting. Ara, definitely. Nice. Nice! Shougeki When They Cry! Very good, yeah. Shougeki When They Cry here. Duel. When They Cry, food cooking. Oh no, mom is at home! Oh shit! Oh no, he's toast now. Mom can't help him, he's gonna... That's good. Without mom, he's gonna definitely lose. Okay, there really is a Soma episode. I should bring something else that like... Oh, he's going into the zone too. He's going ultra insane. I should have brought something else than Makama here. Be like... Hinna. Vegetable sci-fi, yeah. Yeah, guess just mix them all up. I mean, she probably cut off the... What's a teaspoon? A teaspoon is the less... less than that. A teaspoon is a teaspoon, like not the... This is cooking! I like how we... What? What's she there for? She's there to save his life and is burning down the building! Cooking! Okay, it's good. It's like, yeah. The awesome technique there. I'm just gonna... I'll allow all the dish too. I'm saving you from Arson! I'm saving you from your own... Oh, you destroyed my food! Like, yeah. If we had a new time loop, it would be a very short time loop. It would be a very interesting time loop. It would be like immediately, day one is dead, start over again. Don't cook food at home. It's really bad cooking food. But I mean, you should really remove the... Oh, what's it called? The root. The root is skälken. I'll say one thing. I am much better in English than Swedish. Actually, much better vocabulary. But this is one thing that I'm bad at when it comes to another language. Even more than Japanese. That is names for different like vegetables sometimes. Also, those are carrots, but the thing, like, what's that thing called? Like the green thing of the carrot? It's called skälk in Swedish. And those are the few vocabularies where I'm something like, wait, what's that called now again in English? I think that, because those are words you never hear in a normal conversation. Those are words you learn as a baby. You learn when your mom is cooking at home, like this thing. Those are the words you never really learn when you... I think, something like that. And I have no idea what you call in Japanese. Like skälk. No idea what it is in Japanese. So that's my biggest weakness. Yeah, like what is that thing called? But I actually call it the root of it. It's also a root fruit though anyway, but the root of the root fruit should be removed. That's what I mean. But clearly, Satoko-chan, it has a bad parent, right? As you saw there. She probably cooks at home every day. He probably cooks her own food. Because, you know, she has like a bad family. We see the ending, right? The ending looks very morbid. And she's getting some family, not fun time, right? Yeah. Very hen family time in a bad way. So, that's probably why, I think. So it kind of builds up that she's probably cooking. She probably cooks all the food at home, right? I think what this brings up to. Poor girl. No. But this might explain why Satoko has that Ojou-Sama feel to it, because she's like, you know, she wished she was a rich girl that had a good parents and so on, but she's probably, you know, beaten up and worse at home, right? Assaulted and so on at home, right? She's probably like, she wished she had that, you know, rich girl Ojou-Sama life, but she's probably living a very poor and horrible life, and also of course why she has trouble with getting complimented here. I think so. She's probably having trouble now getting compliments because her parents probably beats her up, right, or whatever. So she's probably very not used to having positive reinforcement at home. She's probably has a lot more negative reinforcement. Like either she gets, you know, punished. Oh, it could be here on. I guess it could be a brother that uses her in the ending. Okay. Well, it looks like again a brother or father or something like that, right? Doesn't sound very nice now. There's something. There's some kind of. No, but she's clearly getting. This might be the darkest characterization, right? Because it's probably gonna be that she has, a lot of problems at home, right? There's probably gonna be a lot of abuse, that's all. But that's be based on the ending, though, right? I mean, I'm on anime only, haven't seen the original show. I have seen Umineko, but I haven't seen the original one here. And Umineko is effed up too, so but I just mean like the ending is what I'm thinking of, though, because the ending looks that right, but yeah, A+ for being a nice Onishan. Poor little Ojou-Sama. But her Nini is probably mean to her, maybe. But it could be that she only, like, you know, she only thinks about the good stuff. It could be that she's like, well, he's really bad to her, but she only thinks about the good parts of that. That could be it too. Maybe. Looks all happy now, but this is definitely gonna go really grim. But we might not see anything yet until next episode or so. Yeah, definitely. This sounds very poor too. I'm not saying that's good. I'm not saying you should buy it at a much better price, but this also sounds very like she's very poor and has to take care of the budget, right? Because she's like, I only buy the food before it goes out. So this again points to her being probably has to do everything at home, right? Buying food and so on. She only buys food when it's, you know, cheap, like a Soma. This is more Soma reference. She's living the Soma. She's like, I only buy she just buy A5 food, buys the cheapest food when it's on sales. Yeah, she's buy the cheapest food, but definitely it sounds like she's very poor, right, and has a lot of problem with her family and so on. That's why she has to buy the food when it's at the cheapest. Which makes sense. I'm not saying that's wrong. I do the same thing. Jesus Christ, I can go buy I would say I'm the richest man ever, right? But of course I have money, so I don't have to care about if the food is cheap or not when I go in the store. But I still buy the food is cheaper too. Like, come on. That's how you have money, people. If you go to a store and you have like one $10 steak is a $5 steak because it has to cook it today, I'm gonna buy the $5 steak even I can't pay for $10 steak because it's $5 cheaper. Don't have to be stupid, man. So she's doing the right thing, though. But for her, though, it's more negative, right? If it's like some kind of dark secret. Oh, what's this now? Her traps? I mean, she does love her traps, I guess, but exactly. Oh! It took a long time to set it up, though. It's like an hour, so not a good time for that. It really feels like, come on, who is time for to prepare these devilish traps? He's like, it's nice having a little Emoto-chan. Ooh, she might take this the wrong way. Though. He's like, I always wanted a little Emoto. Oh, she's gonna come over every night. Uh-oh. Oh, his mom coming back. Uh-oh. She's losing her Onishan. Poor little girl. I guess she also want to go home, right? She probably wants to stay with him. What's happening? A fight? Okay, what? Dream in the corner. This sounds really weird, like a little girl, who's gonna fight her? Some man, maybe they'll like who's, I don't know, like who's gonna fight a little girl? He beats the golf club, man! This guy is like, this is my little weapon. He's like, I have killed many girls with this golf club. So he's a swinger, he's a golf club guy. This is probably a misunderstanding. It was a misunderstanding. Oh, it's a baseball game. But he can swing with the golf club. He can. Kechi-kun! We need you to play. With a golf club. Yeah. Gotcha. Misunderstanding. He's a good friend though. He's like, I will save you with the golf club. He's used to golf club fighting. That is. I think she should be afraid of the golf club. She's like, yeah, why do you have the golf club for? She's like, oh no, I have some kind of memory of this golf club. Oh, is she an awesome baseball player? Are they? Oh, indeed. I won't even run. Yeah, why do you need me for? She's an amazing baseball player. She did a home run. She just... Oh, what is it? What is this deal? Yatta! Awesome! But how did they trick this poor man into doing this stuff and... Yes, he's head patting the poor coach. Yes. Yes. Well, okay. Yeah, why did you need Kechi for? Did you need to give him food or something? They're like, hey man, get over here so you can be in the barbecue. Yep. Apparently very good at playing baseball. Oh. Come on, this feels weird too. Is coach gonna be bad to her now? Yeah. We've never seen the coach before. And I'm just like... So he likes... Steve, yeah, he likes her. Doesn't sound very good. Daisuke. What the fuck? Yeah, this is very... He's like, I'm gonna marry her. He didn't even like... Of course he knows the Onisha. Man, he might be... ganging up with Onisha, I guess. This seems very weird. The whole thing there that he's like, I'm gonna marry her. She's like a really good woman. Well, he might explain now that Onisha was quite... Parents are dead, maybe. Okay, so no one's gonna adopt her instead? Man, make up your mind, man! First she's like, I'm gonna marry her. Well, maybe she could be like my daughter. He's like, you're gonna marry your daughter? Like, yeah, this guy seems quite, This guy is effing weird, man. I want her to call me Papa. It's like, but you also want to marry her. It's gonna be like, call me Daddy when I... This seems really, this guy seems really effed up, man. This guy seems... this guy seems a little too involved with her. You know, like he really wants to be involved with her. But it's not that the brother probably abused her after the parents died. Maybe before too, when they killed the parents. Squash is there. Well-trained pet. You can recognize the voice. Can't you recognize the voice? How can Kechi recognize the beautiful voice? Exactly. She leaves! I love that. Okay, I gotta go! I love that. She enters like, yeah, that's right! I go. Oh, she's the manager of what? Yeah, what were you here for then? Oh, I'm the phantom manager! I only manage when I need food and so on. It's like, what? But how couldn't you recognize some beautiful voice? But I love that she was like, I'm the phantom manager. I'm just gonna disappear. I'm only there when I'm there. It's like, okay. But it's interesting that he knows sister, right? Like when it's taking place here, because in the previous time loop he didn't know she's sister, right? And now he knows about her, and he wasn't like, who are you? The sister of my friend or my girlfriend? Like, yeah, like twin. Now he clearly knew that she's sister and so on, so that's kind of interesting. Like he has some information now he didn't have last time loop or so on. And obviously she's alive again, but you know what I mean. So that's strange, right? Like he knows about her now. So either he has retained information from the previous life or something, or this is clearly before the festival, and last time that he didn't know that she existed. So that's strange. He learned about her existence about this time frame, right? So I wonder how that's explained. Well, maybe they're all in a time loop, and also because she also knew who he was, so it go both ways. But maybe they do retain some memories from the previous time loop or something, and then they do know each other now then, even though they don't remember that it actually was from a time loop. They probably got transferred because he probably loved his sister too much, I think. So he probably got, you know. The coach sounded very strange too though. He was like, I also really like her. I want to marry her. Make her call me daddy. It's like, what? Make her call me papa when we... Oh. Is he triggering it? The ice? That is nice, Sean. Angry and leaves. Interesting. She was getting into an angry mode there. Here we go. She might display now then that her brother was probably a little too friendly. Let's see. Oh, of course. That makes sense. They were killed by the curse. Of course. They're one of the couples that got killed by the curse, of course. I see. So the parents, of course, they got pushed off the cliff, right? Whatever. The boat that they mentioned, yeah, they got probably... Yeah. Unfortunately, they died on the festival. So interesting, because of course they mentioned several times that it's of a couple, that two people dying, right? So her parents were one of them. Yeah. Well, her parents likely got murdered as like with the nurse and so on, because they were working or trying to figure out the curse, right? So perhaps by her family, right? By the girlfriend's family here. They don't dating anymore, I know, but come on. They were the cutest couple. She was so cute. Look at them. See a cute couple. Okay, something more here. Usually, it's not opening episode, so maybe it's not ending either. There is though, clearly the brother. He's a Yankee guy, so. Oh, here we go. This is gonna be the ending. No, he's his uncle. Okay, this is about okay. Good. Okay, I was thinking. Because I said uncle. Good, but I said uncle last. When I saw the ending, I was like, that's probably the uncle, right? It's probably a physical uncle. If you say uncle character to me, this is straight up the ending here when he grabs her like on the. Yeah, it's ending here. Yeah, because you see the ending, so he kind of grabs her weirdly, right? And it's like, let's go, little girl. So it's yeah, one of those things, right? I think the ending kind of spoils the but it's pretty clear here. We see soon in the ending that her uncle is, yeah, probably getting some too lovable characters. But the brother perhaps too, right? I felt that the brother, well, maybe he got killed though by the curse though. I mean, he might be dead, I'm thinking about like a parents though. She might be killed off though. He might be killed off, I suppose. But he also might be had some, you know, weird relationship. I think it's like the scene coming here, then gonna, yeah, after this thing here, right? When the looking all angry here. Like this scene here, of course. Right? They clearly the most scary scene in the ending. She looks all afraid with teddy bear. That is clearly the most, yeah, I would say the most disturbing scene in the ending. Rena's scene looks disturbing too there, but I think her scene with the afraid eyes there and the uncle, like, yeah, like that looks the. Well, like, okay, I suppose baseball bat blood is. It's the golf club though, bro. The golf club is the real weapon. The go-to weapon is the golf club. That was funny. I'm bringing my golf club, and of course Rena is like, this golf club to me seems kind of scary. Where do you get the golf club for? It's like, you told me it was the war. I was like, golf club time. And she's like, I have some memories of this golf club. A lot to talk about. Yeah, let's break it down. So of course, it's heavily implied that she's being abused by her uncle and potentially her brother and so on. And so on, right? That's like pretty clear. And then the coach is like, I want her to call me Papa. I'm gonna marry her. And it's like, what? You love her? And you want her to be your daughter, but you also want to marry her, and yeah, he arrives and makes it weird. And then of course she also arrives, Phantom Manager, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna like, I don't know. I just like, I should make her in a cute maid outfit and makes it weirder or something. It makes it weirder. She enters, she just makes it like extra weird. But talk about first. I'll talk about the cutest girl, yeah, you know, my favorite girl. Now, but the thing is that I mentioned, of course, during the reaction there, this is a very weird scene. I said weird, but I mean, I don't know what the word weird for. I don't know what the good word for this thing would be, right? Perplexing, mystery, intriguing, I suppose. Because, of course, as I mentioned earlier, how does he know her here, right? The weird thing with this scene is that here, Kechi knows who she is. He's like, oh yeah, you know, you're this cute twin sister. Yeah, you know. He just knows her, and she knows him. But in the last, of course, loop, they met for the first time during that loop. But here, then it seems like they know each other already, and they are friends and so on. And it feels like the other scenes that we saw last loop, right? When they were hanging out, of course, with the maid thing and dating, and you know, and the whole her and so on. They seem to have that friendly relationship already here. But isn't this like the date? Wouldn't this be? Because they mentioned that the festival is happening, this thing and so on. So in the time loop thing, that should be later, right? If more than one event can happen in the same time loop, of course. Given that too. So this seems really strange. Like they seem to basically be friends already, like from the previous time loop, right? Which means that not only him but also her, I think all of them would like remember what happened last time loop then. And I don't mean that remember actually like remembering exactly what happened, right? But I mean like maybe, I mean perhaps, but I mean more like having some kind of, you know, sense of friendship or love or, you know, whatever emotions, like their emotions or something, some kind of like, you know, subconscious thing in their heads. They have information who they are, like he knows who he is and so on. They know each other generally, and also he then has, you know, this friendship, this banter and so on. Like they would have that established already. That seems really strange. Like it should happen later date. Generally should not happen this time because of different. So that thing to me is very interesting. Like it feels like they're all retaining some memories and emotions from the previous time loop, right? And that's probably gonna be important later then, because right now it's probably gonna learn about, you know, evil uncle, and then perhaps the brother and so on, right? Last time loop we learned about from her, we learned about, you know, their parents and kind of like their family and so on. So given that he seems to, again, that have some kind of memory, right? I would, you know, guess that eventually, right, every character is gonna be known to Kechi and to the other characters, because she also remembers him, right? So not only does he know her now, but she knows him. So it's like they're all gonna know more every time loop and have more emotion and so on. But also just know stuff, so that might make them be able to beat the curse, right? Something like that, yeah. That's my guess at least. I think it's important. I don't know, but I feel it's very important that they are apparently already friends. Like it's like last time loop actually happened. Like they actually remember all their banter and so on. That just seems like a thing here. It must be an oversight, but I don't think so. But it seems strange to me otherwise. That yeah, they're already at the kind of level of friendship before it happens actually. So I think that can be very important. But anyway, talking about the dark stuff, right? As I mentioned on the course several times, it seems very clear, right, that she's being abused by her uncle, perhaps her brother as well, and so on. And the ending, of course, already kind of showed that, right, with the uncle grabbing her and kind of has that scared phrase, right, the teddy bear and so on. And then also here with the coach, also doing the whole "I wanna be your daddy." It's like, what? That was strange too. So he kind of building up that kind of relationship as well. So I think that seems pretty clear. That seems pretty clear. Doesn't seem to be, like, I would say that I don't want to say it's predictable, but I think we can all see the signs here, right, of a kind of abusive relationship, and I think it's pretty clear what the general story is going to be. It might be something else, right? That the brother is dead, or the parents are alive somehow using her, or who knows, like probably killed. But it might be some twists and turns. But it seems to be pretty clear that she's gonna have some kind of sad, you know, little girl story in that sense. Definitely, that's pretty clear. I can't see it going any other way, right? I don't think everyone's gonna agree on that. Unfortunately, that's where it's gonna go, right? But even you see the ending scene, episode 1 and 2 there. First I saw the ending, it was like pretty clear that she's gonna have the backstory. So the uncle is clearly doing that to her right now, right? And next episode we might figure out more exactly what he's doing, but I think that's probably going to be pretty, you know, I'll say it, I think it's of these storylines, I think this is the most the writing is on the wall, whatever you call it, right? If you're doing this kind of sad horrible story for the girl, it is pretty clear where it's going, right? I would say, at least on a basic, right? But given that it's When They Cry, I could see it taking some kind of crazy turn, though. I can see it going worse, right, than the basic abuse. I can see it going to something extreme, though. That wouldn't surprise me. It might be some really weird stuff happening with that, right? For example, I'm gonna spoil too much here from the anime, but if you ever seen Speedgrafer, Duran's opening, that's fun, yeah, girls on in Speedgrafer, the main female character, she has a lot of weird suitors. It's a really interesting anime. Basically, her mom sells her as a tool. Yeah, her mom is selling her to people to abuse her. So they pays her mom to use her body, and that's like episode 1. So it's not a big spoiler, but yeah, Speedgrafer I could recommend. It's not the best anime ever, but it's a really weird anime. And if you like this kind of weird thing, like her mom, actually I'll say it immediately, Speedgrafer is a really good anime because her mom then is abusing her, right? Like it's just straight up episode 1, not a big spoiler, it's the premise basically. And then just a sensei, her teacher, is nice to her at school. So she's befriending her teacher, this main girl. And then the mom, you know, she's like, well, maybe, you know, someone could like me. Maybe I could have friendship, right? So on. And then her mom, so this is a very nice, but it's kind of funny. Her mom then pays her sensei to F her sensei. The mom actually does, not the daughter, but the mom does. So the mom like pays her sensei in front of her. So when she come home from school or something like that, or some other place to her house, her mom is like smashing her sensei in the living room. It's like smacking her hard, and then her sensei's like, oh my god, she's here. runs outright embarrassed, and then her mom is like, "See, I told you, no one will ever love you, and money is everything." She's like, throws the money at the sensei, like, "Take the money, bitch." Like, so that's speaking for you. Yeah. And the mom is like, "I told you, honey, money is everything." It's like, lesson learned, don't trust anyone. No one will ever love you. It's like, it's really weird. That's episode 1. That's like the first 5 minutes of Speedgrafer. But anyway, then, so as you can imagine, Speedgrafer is a really effed up anime, and this poor little girl then, or she's like teenage girl, but yeah, this poor teenage girl in Speedgrafer, she also gets ridiculous amount of sad backstory, right? And it's how would I say it? It is much worse than the basic, as you can imagine. It's weirder stuff, like people wanna pull out her teeth and stuff like that. So I could see When They Cry, I suppose maybe this twist here in that sense could be that it's much more horrible, that maybe the uncle is like, I don't know, pulling out her nails or something. It could be something really morbid. Oh, he like cuts her ear nibs or something. I don't know. I can see it going some really weird with speed. So in that Speedgrafer aspect here, because I feel its anime is really edgy, right? So to speak. So I think that could be really gruesome. Maybe next episode, maybe they can show some, we saw the family's tools, right? So maybe that's gonna be a thing here. But her parents though has to be one of the couples they mentioned earlier, right? Of course, they mentioned that they worked on the dam, and we have really heard that people working on the dam is getting killed, right? So that's pretty clear, and that could mean that, for example, given last arc, I would imagine that it's her uncle, right, that then have killed the parents of Shokoto. Yeah, like probably her uncle, the Yakuza uncle guy, which I think is the most likely candidate of being behind the actual murder. I think he seems to be, in my opinion at least, the most likely candidate, right, to be behind the actual murders of like the people of the dam and so on. So he probably killed those parents. That would be my guess. Or maybe generally someone in the Yakuza family, and the Power family, perhaps. But it's something like that. I mean, we saw it last arc with the whole, we need to sacrifice them and so on, and the whole dungeons, right? We saw the dungeon in a dungeon, so it's probably one of their family members' fault that the parents are dead. Then that would make sense immediately. But anyway, yeah, that's the. I got some PTSD from Speedgrafer. Speedgrafer is it's a weird anime. It's not the best anime. I'm saying it's a weird anime. It's some weird stuff. Speedgrafer. It's a weird anime. And even have Duran singing the opening. That in itself is weird. But yeah, it's a slight recommended anime. Not the best anime I've seen in my life though. It's like a weird horror reaction anime. But anyway, see you guys tomorrow. We record a lot more anime. It's of course Friday. So tomorrow we have 10 animes, right? Yeah, we have we have Kaisen, we have Danmansha, we have Tonikaku and so on. Anyway, see you guys and have a great day.